Morning. Okay, we've ripped out the back of the van, something a bit different what we're doing over the next few days. We've took it all out because we use it that much. We want it to suit our purposes a bit better, so what we're doing is we're raising the bed. Now we've took everything out, as you can see on this side, stripped it right back. This side we've left this bottom section because it helps protect the boiler, the pumps, the pipe work, that kind of thing. What we need to do though is we're going to, excuse me, on there, fit these. Now these are called scover brackets, and actually what they're going to do is they're going to fit across the width of the van. So I'll just climb up and show you. So, bear with me a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit these so they go across the van. Now they are telescopic, so they take a bit of pulling, but they pull out. I don't know if you can see that. So ultimately we will be pretty much across there. Now when we fit these, we're not fitting them quite this high. We're going to fit into these holes. So I'll move these so you can see. So I'll turn it this way. So there we go. So what we're going to do is we're fixing into these bottom holes. I've already got one fixing already in onto here. Now these are just holes, and as you know, with just a hole. Now the idea is they're called riv nuts, so they work the same as a rivet, but they've actually got a thread on it. So we can put them in, and then ultimately we can screw in and then hang on to those. So we need to do the rest of these and see if we can get these brackets fitted. Now I'll show you, next thing is going to be to show you the tool and how we're going to do that. Okay, apologies for the outside chair, but these are the bolts we're going to fit. These are M6. This is a riv nut. There's also M6. Now a riv nut, if you look carefully, is from about halfway down, it's threaded. If you look on the outside of it, you'll notice that there's like a serrated edge there. That's what's going to grip the outside, and that gets compressed down and squeezes around the metal inside, just like a pot rivet does. And then we can use this to screw things onto. Now a tool to do that costs around 50 or 60 quid. So I've kind of made my own. So I've took the right size bolt, and I put a washer and a nut at the back of it. I put a locking nut on it to hold it. Now the reason for doing that on there is simply for when I'm tightening and loosening, I can put my spanner on, it's not going to slip off the back. Then about halfway down, or so far down, I've got another nut, a couple of washers, and then I need to screw the riv nut on. The riv nut needs screwing on so the threads go all the way through, because otherwise if you put it on and the threads are not all the way through, it could distort it. And then what we do is we tighten that down onto that nut there, as tight as we can, finger tight. Then all I need to do is to put my spanner onto here, take another spanner to hold that, then tighten this one up, and as I tighten that one up, it'll squash this behind the metal. Once it's fitted, all I have to do is undo it and take it out, and that will have saved me a good 50 or 60 quid. So I'll show you how we're going to do that now. Had a look at our setup. We've got one ready to go, so I've screwed that on to there, leaving a bit of thread stuck out. We're going to do this hole, so what we need is our socket wrench. Push that in, wants to be pushed in tight, and then I don't know if you can see this, but just hang on a minute. Right, start again. Okay, this is our setup that we've got. We're going to do this one here, the piece on there, push that into the hole, get my socket on, make sure your socket's clicked the right way, and then I'm just using the one that's near the nut to fasten it on. Once it's bit, that's it, and then let's take it off, and it's basically as simple as that. So I unscrew this so I can show you. Don't want to lose me washers. Right, that now I've taken off, as you can see, and is fitted on there, so I can make my connections like that. Right, I'll finish the rest off. So we're just back out again on the early evening. I've fixed all of the brackets in place, so you can see rib nuts all rib nutted out. What we're doing is, because the brackets are very expensive, we're actually going to use Dexian with some washers at the back to build it out, so we can hook our Scorva beams onto. So we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to hold the thing. Christine is going to put the, or make a start with them. I'll just move my camera over here a little bit, so try and stay out of the line of view. Ready? So what Christine's doing is putting a bolt and a washer on.
A bolt and a big washer.
And then
3 little ones behind
three
it.
packers behind, just to bring us out a little bit. Okay. Right, then to this end. So we're going to hang it at both ends and then drop the screws in accordingly.
That last one?
Yeah. Got it?
No, I think so. Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay, I'll do. Right, let's pull this back a bit so you can get on it. Right, I shake too much, but so what Christine's going to do is put 3 washers at the back between the Dexian and the vehicle, and then 1 washer on this side of the Dexian, and then screw it into the riv nuts. Now the idea is that when we fit these will hook over the Dexian, and we'll be able to move them about to get them into the right position of where we need them to be, and hopefully it'll be strong enough. So being as it stopped raining, it's a bit dark now, we thought we would get this done and then screwed up. What we're using to stop the bolts from coming undone is we've got a thread glue. So the thread glue comes in like 3 types. There's low, medium and high strength. So this is a low strength, so just in case we need to take it all apart at some stage. Oh, excuse me. I'll pause the camera while Christine fits the last 2 or 3 of them on. Okay, Christine now is putting that thread glue on. So we've got them all started. So Christine's going to put it on, then I'm going to follow her along and nip them down. So do that one. That one's a bit tight, so let's try and do that one by hand. Turn that off for now if you want. Okay, what we've got now is both sides are fixed. For some unknown reason, this piece of metal sticks out a bit further at the top than this side. But no matter, we can nip that back up again afterwards. So, excuse me. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is fit these on now. So all I need to do is to hook it on that side, slide it up to that end, pull it out, put it onto there, and that's one on. I've got to nip these bolts up a little bit in a bit, so, and then we'll just work our way along. I'll do this end. This end's probably going to be a bit more difficult to do, but because we've got all this lot now, this end we have to fix there and pull it out. That's it. So get that up to there, up to there. That's 2 of them on. Take this 3rd one. Got to work out these, but I'll put them on for now because we should be able to slide them along a little bit. Get going. way, and so what I've got is these okay, all I've got to do now is tighten this side down on these nuts and then evenly space these. So I'll get Christine to get us a tape measure and we'll space them out, and then we'll oh, I've got a tape measure here. So let's have a look and see what we've got at the minute. What's that, 440? Oh, I better do it all the way across, aren't I? Then. Do you want to turn it off for a second while I work? Okay, we've evenly spread these out now, so these are the correct thing. I can now tighten this down tight. That side's already tight onto there, and then we can see what we've got. Just get me.
Do you want me to get that?
Yes, please.
Hang on, put that there for a minute.
And they just want a final nip with me spanner, so just to make sure that they're on okay. Okay, they're done. Now then, let's see if they'll take my weight, because ultimately they have to. Although the weight would be more spread. I see Christie's pulling faces, but feet are off the floor. Look at that. So let's get myself to this side.
Yeah, it'll be across all of them, not one though, won't it?
I'll cross all four and do me test on all four. Up as I work my way to the back. And last one, I'm doing this if they collapse.
You're in trouble.
In all sorts of trouble. I think we're on the way to the hospital. So this one is the one I'm more worried about because it doesn't have the same amount of support on it. But look at that. Hey. So there you go. So this is what the height of the bed's going to be. There's the fixings. We've used Dexian instead of brackets, so we saved ourselves a bit of money there. Had a couple of pieces of Dexian in the van. We've still got to do timber for the top, and we've still got to do something to tidy this top edge up and sort the bottom out.
It's cost us
But
£20 each for these.
These, yeah, 20 quid each for these.
And the screws and stuff were £13.50, I think it was.
Yeah, we got some extra screws. We've got 25 screws. We only needed 16. We got 25 riv nuts. We only needed 16. So we've spent just less than 100 quid. We did a couple of sheets of ply, and we'll have a look at that tomorrow. There we go. so far so good. A new day, a new start. We've been to B&Q. We bought ourselves 2 sheets of 18mm ply. We did debate on whether to get 12 or something a little bit thinner, but we went for 18mm. What we've got to do is we've had it cut in store to the length I wanted, which is what we've got there, so we're happy with that. The next thing I need to do is, and I'll try and show you, but here is an angle, so I need to cut that angle off, so I'm just going to try and work that out. So I'll try and position you so you can see what I'm trying to do. I might have to put this up a bit and tip her down, I think. There we go. I think that might be better for you to see. I hope you can see on that. Right, to do that, I've got myself a couple of pieces of kit. So I'm going to take my square, push that back so it's nice and it's tight in, and then I'm going to transfer the edge that I want. So all I'm going to do is take my square, push my square into what is in effect the corner, which is there. Don't know if you can see that. Then transfer that mark onto my board there. And then I'm going to take this and recreate it. Now I do know that I can't quite get in on that to get my angle correctly. It just doesn't quite work, so you won't be able to see, but I've got to take it from underneath. Once I've got it underneath, all I need to do when I've got that angle is place it onto here, mark it off with my pen. That's it. Now they're my 2 cuts, so I've got one on either side to do. The other thing that I need to do is the bed needs to breathe, or the mattress needs to breathe. Now we could leave it as it is and every now and again lift the mattresses up so we can get air around it, because otherwise sweat soaks through it, you get a chance of mold or whatever. But what I need to do, or what I'm going to do, is drill some holes into this. So while this is fitted back, I'm just going to get up on here and take some measurements so I can drill a series of holes between the slats. I'll probably do 2 like that, and then between each one. So I've got a fair bit of drilling and still a fair bit of cutting to do to make this as my base. Okay, what I've just gone and done is I've just marked where the inside edges of each of our scovers are. There's no point in drilling holes that are over the top of that. There's no need for me to do this sheet on this side, because I could transfer the information, because we know that they run across parallel. So I'm going to take these sheets out now and then cut and drill them, and hopefully when they go back in they should fit. So we'll see. So we're going to make the same cut on the other board. So once again, I'm only going to freehand it. Okay, I've marked out where I'm going to drill my holes. So hopefully, well, not all of them. I've done the first part, so I'm going to drill those out. I'll video me drilling those out. But basically, drawn a line across, marked where I want to drill my holes. I've transferred that onto a second line as well, and then I'll do between each one in the same way. So I'll start off and show you the first part. I'll go and get the drill. So we'll see how we get on. Now I'm doing 2 boards together is the plan. So let's see how we get on with each one. Make sure this board stays square. Let's get it off hammer action. To move a bit, so anyway, that's all got to do. Got a whole thing to drill. Found myself a couple of clamps just to fasten those on. I'll go around the side and run my next line. What I need to do is complete the rest of the board. All the holes are drilled now, corners have been trimmed off, it's cut to size.
We hope.
There's a moment of truth. So we'll put that one in first. It should be a very tight, snug fit.
Yay!
There you go.
It fits.
How about that? So It's a good fit.
So sticking up a little bit. There you go. It's a good fit, yeah.
Okay, that is as snug a fit as what you're going to get. All the holes are drilled, and that's the bed. I'm going to get Christine to go around and test it. So Christine's going to climb on. I've still got to screw underneath here to fix it into place, but Christine's going to climb on now.
Christine needs a step.
So we know we've got to build Christine a step.
Shoes on.
There you go. How's that?
Yeah, I can lie this way.
Yeah. There we go.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. We've finished the bed part now. So what we need to do now is sort this out underneath. Is our next job. We've got some material to do that, which is Christine's got up in the loft. So let's get on with it. Okay, we've got our bed all nicely finished. What we're going to do now is the insulation inside the van here, there, is not particularly that brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to line it with some of this insulation board. So we're going to add this to it, which will hopefully make it a little bit better. Now all I'm going to do is stick that to the original one on there and then board up against it. Okay, I've cut myself a piece of this panel to fit in there. It's quite easy to cut, and then I'm going to stick it with this adhesive. It doesn't have to be fantastic, we don't think. So I'm going to apply the adhesive. Like that. And then take my panel and then try my best to lift this in. Let's see if I can get the wire out of the way. I just need it. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that, it's just a bit of extra insulation that I'm putting in, that's all. There we go. Then I'm going to go continue the rest of that side, and then we're going to cover that up. Okay, most of the insulation is in. I've just got to fix this back onto there and then fit this, and I've cut myself a panel here to the right shape. Hopefully it'll fit, so we'll find out in a minute. Onwards and upwards. Okay, I've got my panel. I'm just gonna test fit it for now. So have a look. Now I do. I have got to put a piece across the top, but let's push it up against, see what we've got. That's okay. And then what I shall do then is fix that back and then fix that all up, and that'll do nicely for now. So I've got that to fix. There we go, that's one piece fitted, and the insulation over the back. I'm just going to the top. I might overlay it over it. I don't see any problem with that. So we'll see. It'll be easier for me to fix as well. Okay, that's one side done, boarded out. Looks alright, that, nice and neat. Got this side to do now. And that's the bottom finish. We're going to put a bit of more flooring in onto it. Yeah. This side we've left a space so you can get your hand in without having to strip everything apart. Plus we've still got to pull the heating pipes through. So we should just be able to get our hands into there. And then we can use this as a shelf on this side. We fixed this to stop things from falling off, so we're quite pleased about that. We've got to do the top part now, so we'll see how we get on. Okay, now that we've finished the underside, we've got this top section to do. So this we're going to insulate, so we're going to cover it partly with this board, which will just cover the metal for it on there, and then we're going to build it's kind of a shelf out onto that, build it out far enough so it just holds the bottom of the mattress in place. Okay, we've run the insulation that runs over the holes and then stuck that into place, and we've now made this which is now going to fit, we hope, under there and onto there, and then pushes in. I think that needs pulling out a bit at your end. Pushed it in too far. Right, so. Oh.
You said 9 something.
No, yeah, 9 centimetres.
Let's look a bit more.
We've finished the back now, so all this is all boxed in on the top, both sides. Also, they're insulated. Timbers are done. Holes are drilled, allow the mattress to breathe, and then underneath this is the same, all panelled out on there, both sides. Now we left that side in, and we've left a space as well so we can get in to the pump and the drain and things like that. We've got to bring the heating pipes back through there and run them up to that end where we're going to put a door and a hatch on, and but there you go. So this is so we can put things on here and they won't fall off. So far so good. Okay, the second job that we've got to do is this bit. Now we need to make a doorway for it and box it all in, so there'll be access from the front, but it'll also be sealed. We're going to run the heating pipes back round again, bring them out next to the doorway on there. I've just noticed there's a hole I missed, well, I haven't drilled, but no, it doesn't matter. But there you go. That I must admit looks alright. Looks nice and tidy. Mattresses should just fit, nice tight fit between these two sections here. Brilliant. This side, we need to make it so the door is set back under here. That's simply because of the door this side and aesthetics as well. Otherwise it'll all look a bit odd. So we've got to build a piece of this up at this side and work our way through it. Hopefully it'll look alright when it's done, but we'll see. We've built this bit. There's Christine waving from there. We've still got some things to do. So one of them is we need to bring the heating pipes through like we did last time. We might bring them through at a higher level than we did last time. I don't know yet. We're going to have a look at that. Also, we're going to put an electric socket in.
Here.
The only thing about it is this door, so
yeah.
I'm not so sure about that, but it's something we're going to have a look at and see if we can do that. But ultimately, this is what we fitted. on here. I'll close it. We're still waiting for, so there you go. So this is what we've got. I'm still waiting for what's going to be a similar mechanism to this for us to fit onto here. And yeah, quite pleased with that, to be fair. That looks really looks nice, neat, tidy. Looks like I bought one. There we go. So now we've got our heating is in onto here. I've just got some pipe work to box around the back there, but ultimately there we go, they're fitted perfectly. So looks good. We've finished the van now, apart from we are going to build a another fly screen to fit round here, so we're going to make that ourselves. This is the underside. I've put some stuff on. This is our light that's been put on. There's another one at the other end. Anyway, this is the bed. I'll turn the light off onto there. I'll show you the inside of it. We put stuff in it. I just can't be bothered to take it back out again to show you what it would look like inside. Then inside, there we go. This is our door. So that opens here. This allows us to get underneath. There's a light switch around here somewhere. Let me find it. There you go. So we can put the light on from this end as well. Let's turn that back off again. And then we've got to fit the mattresses onto there. There's a power that Christine wanted up on the top. And then, oops. That's it. Forgot to show you the door lock part of it. So that fits into there. So you push that shut, push the button like that, and that locks it. And then push the button again, and that opens it. Job's a good one. There's the heating that's running in there, like it was last time. And then our bed boxing in over the top, and the two mattresses should fit perfectly into there. That we've got a singles, holes drilled to give us a bit of breathability. With the bedding in, Christine has had to have a step, so that there help her get up. And then this is a perfect fit, and then it just leaves that little bit of a shelf there. Just takes us nicely up to the window, which is what we wanted. We couldn't come up to this side because it would have took us just above the window, but my feet can hang over this end if it need to be. But there you go, job's done. There's just a quick show of the from the back. So there we go. And then if I move this stuff out of the way there, there's the shelf edge. Perfect. Perfect. We thought I'd do a little bit of a breakdown of the price of the bits and pieces that we've spent on the van. So I've got them written down here. So we spent £13.50 on nuts and bolts, screws, etc. £80 on the Scorva brackets, which we got from IKEA, and we got 4 of those. £86 on wood. We spent £15.98 on drill bits and £9.99 on a lock That comes to £205.47. All the other bits that we used are things that we got lying around in the sheds, scrap bits of wood, various bits and pieces. But in total, I'm quite pleased with that. It's £205.47.